Welcome back to the show, everybody. This is the Upper Tier Podcast, the football or pro wrestling podcast we bring you each and every week. If you could head over to YouTube and smash that subscribe and bell notification button. Also, follow us on Twitter and on Facebook as well, if you could. Marky, how are we?
How are you, cuz? Good to be back. Good to be back. FA Cup and all that.
That's it, absolutely. Yeah, have a little
Just
Wembley way up there in the background and all during the
saying
FA
that,
Cup
yeah.
days. It's always a great spot to be in. Wembley way is very special on FA Cup days. But we've a great show for us tonight. We're going to take a look back at the FA Cup. We're going to have a look at the draw that was made tonight. Interesting draw. We will be catching up on the League of Ireland for the games that went ahead.
Yeah, I was just going to say, yeah.
The tough one
games that went ahead.
It's hard to think. I think nearly all the games in Division 1 went ahead.
Most of them did.
Yeah,
So UCD bowling always on, but imagine Rovers have to
mad.
wait till April to play their first game now.
Yeah, that's mad, isn't it? Mad. So what we will do is we'll also take a look at the Champions League. The qualifiers are back this week, so we'll take a look at them as well. We just bring you bang up to date now. Brentford, have just gone 1-0 up at Macclesfield. And now G from Heco. What a header. Yeah, keeper with no chance. Very unlucky. I think he was trying to clear it and it just glided off him into the back of the net. But up to that, they had been holding around under pressure from Brentford.
Very well.
Brentford had been tightening
the
squeezing them in there, as they say, real FA Cup. But hopefully Macclesfield can do something here, you know what I mean? They are somewhat holding around. Tough pitch as well for those Brentford boys.
It is, and isn't it great to see the stands, like the proper FA Cup toy, isn't it? Like under the lights, those proper stands and all.
Do you know what I like as well? I like the way TNT, the camera angles they use are like the old school BBC One and UTV angles. You're right on the pitch.
On it,
you
exactly.
Don't see the whole stadium. You're right on the pitch. So you're nearly on player cam nearly with this, You can see every blade of grass and everything and all, So we will keep you abreast of that. Huge match mark in the championship at the moment. Coventry 1, Middlesbrough 1, top of the table. Half time there, so we keep you updated on that. And also Barcelona finding it difficult to put out and pass Girona in La Liga tonight as well. 0-0. Girona down in 12th have had a huge drop off after last season. They did so well. Barcelona 0-0, but Barcelona really pulling the strings there. So we'll see what happens there. So we'll keep you abreast. We'll keep an eye on all those 3 matches and stuff like that as we go through the show. Baz is in the chat. Big up, Baz. Hope you're good.
How are you, Baz?
Brown's in as well. Big up, Brown.
Deedles is back.
Deedles, how come you don't show up when Marky isn't here? What's going on there? There was no cycle last week now. We were talking about League of Ireland, the whole lot and all. And
I tell you, I sent him the same pictures I sent you of those lovely cakes today. Oh my God, love
it. I reckon we should have him on the show before Cheltenham and get his picks for Cheltenham. We could do a Cheltenham show.
I tell you, he probably won't come on to the show. He's very shy, but he will lash it.
Come on to the show. What do you mean very shy? He's surrounded by greatness. He'd be grand. We'll look after him.
You don't know how shy this lad is. Honest to Jesus, you don't. He wouldn't, for a guy who works in retail, he wouldn't be the most friendliest person with people.
No, okay, yeah. He's the kind of guy you get to hang the gear out, isn't it? You keep him away from the
he's so man.
Bren is in there. The panel is back. How is lads? Bren survived Birmingham. He had a weekend in Birmingham, so he survived it.
Nice one. And Bren, I hope you caught that Michael McIntyre episode I was telling you to look into last week.
Or maybe not.
Maybe not. That's it.
Not. Big up, Big Phil's in the chat as well. How are you?
Phil. I hope you're keeping well, buddy.
We barely show up anymore these days.
And when he does, he's late.
Yeah, true.
I tell you, I'll put it this way. If you said you were doing a live podcast from Neary's or the Boar's Head or the Stag's Head, he'd be there in a heartbeat.
But the beauty of the internet means he can be there himself and just join in. We send him the link. We don't need to be there. He can be there.
Like the 2 lads in Dundalk promoting the game. Remember, they were upstairs in the pub. Upstairs in Tom's cabin.
That's no problem. We're all good. Thanks, all sorts. Right, talk to me about this match coming up. I spoke about it enough time. You talk to me about it. What's coming up?
Yeah, as you know, lads, on May the 16th, Saturday, May the 16th, we have Borough Legends game. It's Kelly's Heroes against Premier League Legends. All in aid for Steve Kelly, who was an absolute stalwart of the Borough area within football, particularly up in St. Joey's. Unfortunately, passed away last year after a very tough and courageous battle with cancer. So Browner, who was him and Jay Dolan Steele's closest mates are organising this game on Saturday, May 16th in Stradbrook. The meet and greet is in Sallynoggin Inn, and then we're having a dinner after back there. But every single cent that's made is going towards Blackrock Hospice, who looked after Steele in his final days. And Brown wants to give something back, and you know, and I know, we see how much working that Browner puts into these types of things. He really does put his heart and soul into it. And I've said it before, like, other times he has helps from the likes of Airfield or Rock Celtic, or there's a game coming up with Allenwood as well. He has help from the clubs. This is all him organising it, with obviously help from his mates and a lot of the borough legends. So it's going to be a fantastic occasion. Sorry, you as well, because absolutely doing a social media, doing a splendid job. But yeah, you can see there Brian McClare, Jason McIntyre, Wes Brown, Jermaine Pennant, Jermaine Beckford, Stillian Petrov, Yakubu, Ian Hart, Andy Cousins, and obviously there's one or two big names yet to be announced, as you well know. So
we have one, but we're not releasing it yet. We do have another big name, but we're not releasing it.
Is it who I think it is?
He'd be a very good friend of yours now, but that's all I'm saying. I'm not allowed to mention it yet. We'll be given the go ahead at some stage this week, no doubt. But I have all the stuff ready to go.
Daily. No, so, and like what I said on here before, like, if you even to make it down to the match would be brilliant. If you can't make it down to the match, if you could even buy a ticket, that money is going to go to Blackrock Hospice. QR code is in the corner there for the tickets and stuff. It will be a fantastic day. Hopefully, touch wood, weather be fantastic in May. We had the game last year in May out in the Carlisle grounds of Breakers. It was like we were in Spain that day. Like, you know, you were there with the son-in-law and his dad, wasn't it, and stuff like that. So yeah, please, lads, get down. You get to meet all these lads. You get a few things signed. Fantastic day. It's for such a good cause. Steele gave his heart and soul, his life to football within the area, and it's if we can give something back to Blackrock Hospice, who looked after him so well in his last few days, you know, we'd be really doing something worthwhile. And yeah, listen, as you know, I'll be there on the day with the trophies. All the rest of the lads that you know, Niall will be there as well. You'll see hopefully we might see the likes of Phil in the chat and stuff. And I'm trying to get the Eagles come out to a game, and hopefully we'll see Bren and stuff out there. But and really, if you're in around the area, pop down on the day. We'll be all there. It'd be great to see you. And it'd be, to put a face to a few of the names in the comments and stuff like that, would be great as well. So please try your best to get down. And like I said, if you can't, if you could even still buy a ticket on the QR code, and all the money goes to Blackrock Hospice. So
yeah, absolutely. Reiterate all that as well. And also, just like to mention, obviously we mentioned it the other day as well, JTS Transport for all your haulage needs have come on board as a sponsor, and also Partners at Law, incorporating Morrissey Clark solicitors. So if you have any legal requirements as well, give them a holler there as well. They've come on board as part of the sponsors for this great
and event. I think there's still some sponsorship available, isn't there? So if any the lads in the chat know of anyone or want to do something, just get in contact with Niall or Browner, and they'll put you in the right direction.
Absolutely, yeah. So it's a great event. This is a man who gave up so much of his time for other people as well. So to give up 2 hours or 2.5 hours of your time, and I would reiterate as well, I seen a meet and greet came through last night for a different event, and they were charging €200 for the meet and greet. Just want to make that point. Now, it was the platinum one, so you do get a photograph and it's with a team and stuff like that and all. But you will not get a better assembly of Premiership legends than what Browner puts together, and still names to be added. And at the value that you're getting this for, folks, it's outstanding value, and you're going to get such an experience on the day. These guys are amazing. You should see when these bunch of lads get together. It's insane. And they love that football, and they love socialising, and they really appreciate people coming along, remembering them from the good old days in the Premiership and stuff like that. And remember, we wouldn't have the Premiership today in the way it is at the moment, the Premier League, if it wasn't for some of these guys as well who left their mark on it and made us fall in love with football back in the 90s and everything else.
And don't forget as well the likes of Ian Hart, McIntyre, Irish legends as well. Like, do you know what I mean? That gave us so many good moments over the years, you know. So seeing that he was in the Talbot Hotel, there's a few of them going to be in the Talbot Hotel it's with soccer speakers, I think it is. So
Brian McClare's promo video was class. Looking forward to seeing every. Listen,
Bren.
Bren, you'll be meeting Brian anyway, because you'll probably be helping me on the day with interviews and stuff like that, and Darren as well. And when you get to talk to Brian McClare, he's an absolute legend. He's so funny. He's
just so dry and like
but
that.
He's naturally a funny guy.
He is. And like this just sit like. You sit down and have a point with him, and he's just sitting there and he's looking around, and he'll just pick someone out and just rip the piss out.
But you know the way you get some lads who, like, you ask them to do a 20-second promo for the event and stuff like that, and they just bash it out. They read it off the screen.
100%.
He's there. Like even Eventbrite was Evenbrite, which I love. You know, Evenbrite.
Like,
you know?
The class.
And the start, you know, once upon a time, I used to.
He always says that, and it's funny.
Yeah.
I think I said, I don't know if I sent you to remember last year, my dad, the heart attack, and obviously news filtered through the Browner, and within a few hours, a video message came through from Brian McClare on the golf course, and it was just hilarious what he said in it and stuff. But he's great, loves a pint of Guinness, obviously loves coming over to Ireland, has that connection with Celtic and stuff like that as well. But like, he's just great crack. If you hear him, like, I remember in the Clayton Hotel, he was ripping the piss out Chris Eagles, because you have to be very careful what you say in the dressing room, because he's listening, and he's always the one that gets up and does a speech. And Chris was saying how he was in the Trafford Centre and he was getting his eyebrows done, and your one fucked it up and this, that, and the other. And if he's unassuming, he's quiet in the corner. That night in the Clayton, he got up and ripped a piss out Chris Eagles, and I don't think he was expecting it either, you know.
And everything you say just goes in and gets locked in, doesn't it?
100%.
He doesn't forget anything and all.
And in fairness, remember he came on the show, and I bought him I got my Guinness glass with Chalky on it and stuff like that. And he in Dundalk, then we were there that night, and he brought the glass down from the room, and he's only drinking points out of that glass with Chalky on it. Brilliant. So it's good crack.
No, really, really good. So if you can, folks, you know where to go. You have all the QR codes and everything else. They're on the screen. They're in the presentation. They're everywhere you want to. Mark, I said I'd treat you tonight as well in terms of this FA Cup.
Oh yes.
I have a half and half. I have a current display and I have a throwback display for you.
Okay,
we'll go screen on it, you know.
Love it. Teletext. That is absolute class.
Thought that might bring you back a bit. Can you
do that every week?
I don't know. I probably can. I think there's a site out there or a crowd who do it, and I'm trying to track it down to see can I get the screenshots.
I remember, wasn't it on RTE? It was 2-2-0 for the football, 2-2-1 for the Premier Airtel. 2-2-1 for the Premier League results. But that brings me back, man. Oh my God, I had that conversation. You'll well remember, and Bren and the lads. I had a conversation with Deedles before. How we'd look at teletext, and then we wouldn't see the goals till later on that night on Match of the Day. And if you missed that was it. Forget about it. Because
Airtel and teletext was our internet.
100%. But by the way, just going on the last thing we talked about the match, if Brent is there on the day, if he's come down on the day, you might get to see me and Brent do a bit of Westlife as well. So that'd be something to look forward to.
There we go. Jesus. Well, we'll have to get a name for it, will we?
We'll
have to get a name, because you know the way they're doing Boys Life or whatever it is.
We'll do instead of boys to men, men to boys.
Now, you know, if you commit to this, Browner's going to get Bowdy to do it at half time.
Listen, it's been
Browner's
stranger things have happened with me. You know yourself, cause
if you want to know about Browner and his music, you only have to look at his leg.
And his whole body.
His whole body. 100%. Right, let's get into this. Let's get into FA Cup. I mean, obviously the big one was Burnley at Turf Moor. Losing 2-1 to Mansfield Town. That was the upset.
What a free kick. What a free kick as well. He scored 2 on the previous one.
Westlake.
Brent's been thinking about that. I like that. Fair play to them. Like, and after all that, and we'll talk about the draw later, who they got and where are they playing tomorrow night?
Blackpool, is it?
Yeah, Bloomfield Road tomorrow night. Talk about back down to earth with a bang, traveling to the Super Seasiders.
I seen the thing there tonight on the Champions League. Newcastle are going to Qarabag. They have to travel a 5,000-mile round trip on I think it's Wednesday. And then they have to come back, and they're playing Man City on Saturday evening at 8.
Oh, No
That's rough
way.
out going, isn't it? That's rough
Gee,
out going.
Christ.
Now they're not
That's
flying
something
around
else, man.
there, you know what I mean? But
Oh, well,
still,
you wouldn't think
still,
that, all right.
yeah.
Jeez. Ooh. Yeah, that was something else. Like, did they beat Sheffield United in the previous round? And Mansfield. And your man who
Think so.
scored that free kick scored 2 crackers in that game, and then he got the free kick.
Mm.
Obviously Burnley, I know they're almost relegated, but it kind of might be a bit of a good thing for them that they can just fully concentrate on the league now and not have another game, an extra game. I
So
know.
I would have thought it'd be the other way around because I'd say they're done in the league.
No, but
And
that's
I'd say the run in the FA Cup would have been what I'd be focusing on.
a distraction. Well, we've seen it with Wigan a few years, a good few years ago. Remember, they
Yeah.
won the FA Cup on a Saturday and they were relegated on the Wednesday. Like,
And
it's
the funny thing is when we go to look at the draw that was done tonight, this FA Cup is wide open.
100%,
This is
100%.
this is there for someone. If someone wants to step out of the shadow and make something happen here, it could easily happen.
Because you look at the likes of Fulham, they were 1-0 down to Stoke over the weekend, come back to 2-1. Obviously, we'll go on to the draw there after having a very kind of favourable home draw as well. So, it's mad. And then, like, obviously, you got the Leeds Birmingham game the other night. Obviously, went to penalties, and then Birmingham missed the first or scored the first and missed the next few. Like, it was like, Jesus Christ,
Leeds penalties were very impressive.
They were, in fairness, they were.
Paul was here watching it when Longstaff was walking up to take that one, and he was going, "Oh God, where's he going to put this?" And he thought he had put it under the keeper, but he sent the keeper the wrong way. A beautiful penalty. They were really good defense.
No, it was, in fairness. And then another good game, obviously, was the Villa Newcastle game, and to see two Premier League teams go head to head without VAR was mad. It was like a little throwback, and obviously
big collapse in Villa though, wasn't it? Massive. I know they got the player sent off and all, but
the keeper, I don't know what he was doing, and then obviously I think Newcastle would have felt aggrieved they didn't have a penalty from the handball and stuff like that. But yeah, listen, once the keeper got sent off, it totally changed the game. You could see Villa were tired. Listen, they've gonna have plenty of games coming up in the next few weeks between Champions League and in the league and stuff like that. But yeah, it was just mad to see, watching on BBC the other night, and it was mad to see without VAR. And obviously Alan Shearer was pretty happy. He's always giving out about something, but he's pretty happy indeed. Sure. Coventry 2-0 up against Middlesbrough.
That, right after picking up a second one as well, and Barcelona gone 1-0 up against Girona as well.
Acers is the new teletext. The results are flying up. He's just missing the player and the minute.
We're in 90+3 here as well for Macclesfield versus Brentford. Brentford still 1-0 up at the moment. So, did you catch the Liverpool game at all against Brighton? What a goal by Dom! The second goal.
I just seen the goals. Yeah, fantastic. Yeah. He seems to be having a goal of the season competition with himself. Dom does, doesn't he?
Yeah. 17 GA for the season now.
Really?
Not bad for a right back.
Not bad for a right back indeed, yeah. Jesus Christ. But listen, it was a great result considering, like, I thought Brighton would have given a bit more on the day, to be fair. Again, we talk about, listen, they don't really have much to play for in the league, do they? An FA Cup run would have been good for them. But yeah, listen, great win for yourselves.
I thought it was strange picks from Hertzler. Milner didn't get used. Welbeck didn't get used. I thought they would have been ideal for an FA Cup tie, especially Milner, because Milner probably hasn't been doing a huge amount of minutes this year. I know he's just gone one past Gareth Barry now, I think, hasn't he, in the Premiership appearance record?
Oh, he was tied. I think the next game he goes above,
Girona have just equalised as well there, just saying that there now coming through as well.
He says.
Is that Keith's in? Is that teletext they say? It is, Keith. Haven't seen that since the 90s. We are good. We are the throwback.
Can I just say thank you to Keith for giving me some fantastic moments on the watch along at the raves and stuff there,
Yeah. Very good.
Fair play. I'll have to. Are you back tomorrow or is it Wednesday?
Yeah, we're back tomorrow night. Back tomorrow night for Pro Wrestling Weekly. We're gonna be talking about Raw, and obviously we're gonna be talking about the meltdown about WrestleMania. I picked up 2 tickets, Mark, for WrestleMania.
Don't tell me.
€158 each.
No way.
Last year I paid 500.
I was just gonna say, ticket. You paid a good whack last year.
Yeah.
Is it similar kind of? I know it's usually
not too far away from where I was.
Where is it? Cause
same Allegiant Stadium, Las Vegas.
Oh, is it?
Yeah. We're heading over there because Lauren's going on a trip around America for the whole of April nearly. and it's culminating. She's going to be in Vegas for about 8 or 9 days. So we said we'd go over for 5 or 6 days and meet her there. So it just coincided with the dates for WrestleMania. And I said to Paul, do you want to go on the Sunday just? And we'll have a bit of crack. And he said, yeah. So we got 2 tickets for the Sunday.
That'd be
daily. Yeah, worked out at 204 or something in total with
nice
the
that'd be daily. And because I was obviously watching, I think, the United West Ham game last week, so I didn't get to tune into Pro. It's probably one of the first ones I've missed in a while. So I missed all your faces over the.
Yeah, so we'll be talking about the WrestleMania meltdown, and we'll be giving our predictions, our WrestleMania, what's our dream matches coming up and all, and stuff like that. And we'll continue with our updates on the Elimination Chamber and everything else. Jose Mourinho on the press conference day, he said, you don't say no to Real Madrid if they come calling. You certainly don't. You certainly don't.
We've seen so many managers.
What else have we got? Sunderland winning 1-0 against Oxford. Grimsby losing 1-0 to Wolves, and then of course Liverpool drew them. We'll go and look at the draw. The draw was made this evening.
Yeah.
So this is your draw. So
like I said, Fulham after coming from 1-0 down to beat Stoke 2-1, get a nice draw home against Southampton. You'd expect Sunderland, even if they go away to Port Vale, to get a win. Newcastle City be an interesting game. Leeds and Norwich be an interesting game as well. Fantastic for Mansfield to be getting a home draw against Arsenal. Just think of the money they're going to make from it. But then obviously you look at Wolves away, could be tricky. You'd expect you to win that as well. One of the ones I'm looking at there, Wrexham versus Chelsea. That's going to be unreal.
Yeah, that battle for those 4 positions at the moment in the Championship is intense, isn't it?
Yes.
Wrexham keep them floating between kind of 6th and 5th and back down to 7th to 8th and stuff like that.
I was only looking at it there earlier on when I had a minute to myself. It was...
they're in the process of putting a new stand in as well, are they, or something, did I see?
Yeah, Wrexham at the back of one of the goals, I think it is. Yeah, the back of... If you're looking at the TV cameras looking down, it's the goal to the right-hand side. Yeah,
it looks like it's going to be a big stand as well. Do you see how far back it goes?
Yes, yeah.
So it looks like it looks like this is the beginning of Wrexham becoming a force again, if you like.
Exactly.
Planning. A lot of these teams at the moment are planning for Premier League status, aren't they?
Yeah, 100%. And look at Millwall. Millwall in third. They're only 5 points behind Middlesbrough. Then you've got Ipswich and Hull, who are only 2 points behind Millwall. And then there's a bit of a jump of 4 points at Derby County and Preston. And then Wrexham are just below them,
Yeah, that's full time. Brentford 1-0 against Macclesfield. Full time.
You look at Sheffield. Jesus, Sheffield Wednesday -7. It's mad, isn't it?
Yeah. Can you imagine a situation where West Ham were to get relegated and Millwall were to get promoted?
Oh man,
how insane would that be?
Jesus Christ, man!
Can you imagine the banter?
It was mad. We had an intern in our shop. We get an intern in every 2 weeks, and they come over from the likes of Italy, Germany, France, whatever. We had a young lad,
language students,
So and they come in for a few weeks and whatever. And we had a young lad. I call him Virgil, because he was a spitting image of Virgil van Dijk. But his dad actually played for Millwall for 290 times. So he actually supports Millwall himself. He supports Marseille in France, but he supports Millwall, and he watches him and the dad in France watch all the Millwall games. I won't tell you how. I won't, but they watch every single week. They watch all the Millwall games.
The show is sponsored by Surfshark.
yeah, exactly. But
a Proton VPN.
Virgil's absolute bang on. But so Millwall, I'll be keeping an eye out for them. It's mad. So close there. So close.
The interesting thing with Millwall coming up as well, because Millwall will be the real upstarts in the Premier League, wouldn't they? Because they kind of have heat with every club. It's not just the derbies, isn't it?
Yes.
They go to war with every club, really,
Exactly.
So it'd be absolutely insane. You can imagine the Premier League going like this, the lads in the Premier League going, oh no, Millwall coming up.
They'll be like,
they be just going, you can imagine the policing and the segregation. And oh my God.
It'd be crazy. But you know what? I would actually, I hoped it last season and the season before. I'd love to see Coventry come up, like, you know. Obviously they're in a very strong position to qualify automatically before they
Yeah.
knocked it out in the playoffs and stuff like that. I just see Middlesbrough got one back. Jimmy Abdul was your man's name, and the player
Okay,
for
interesting.
Millwall. But yeah, I like to see Coventry come up. I'm not the likes of Middlesbrough won't be bad either, I suppose. It was always, remember for years, it was the likes of Norwich and West Brom just kept coming up and down, up and down. It was kind of like, you know, it was like
Norwich still do. Norwich are that springboard club, aren't they? They just
they
come
are
up, grab
there.
the money, don't spend a shilling, go back down. Come up, grab the
Exactly.
money, don't spend a shilling, go back
And
down.
they've done nothing this season, to be fair, because they're in 17th at the minute,
Yeah,
like, you know,
yeah.
and they're not going to be relegated by any
But
means.
see,
But
the problem is if that's your policy as a club, it's very hard probably to hang on to then players of any ilk or
yeah,
quality because
exactly.
they want some sort of a platform with a plan where you can go, right, we're going to go into the Prem, we're going to invest X amount of money, we're going to try
Yeah,
and stay in the Prem and then build from there in season 2 and 3 and all. And just if you're just
exactly.
going to springboard up and down, I mean, it's very hard to motivate lads. Say, come on, lads, put your best foot forward here. We want to get promoted for what? So you can go up there and just get lashed and get knocked
Yeah,
back down. You know what I mean? Like,
exactly.
thankless. You know what I mean? Real thankless. Yeah, Coventry 2-1 at the moment. Yeah.
Go on, the Aces.
We shall see. We shall see. And Girona, Barcelona still won all 69 minutes gone. What are you thinking in this at the moment? Give us your predictions for each match there, real quick.
Fulham, Sunderland, City, Leeds, Arsenal, Liverpool. Oh, I'm gonna go mad. Wrexham. And I'm gonna go Brentford. Obviously, listen, they're doing really well this season. Obviously, Keith Andrews, no one really gave him a chance. He has the likes of
Yeah.
Stephen Royce in there and stuff like that. So there's an Irish connection there, obviously, with Queeveen and Nathan. So I've been very impressed with the way they've set themselves up. And they went,
Brentford has a team pushing for the European spot as well now.
yeah,
This is where they could find the FA Cup as a distraction.
Yeah.
You know? Yeah.
It could be, but you know, listen, as if you beat West Ham and then you're into the next round, you're that little bit much away from Wembley. Brentford, I don't think have been to a final like that in a long, long time. Like, you know, so it'd be excellent for the club and to see someone like Keith Andrews, an Irish manager, get them there, be brilliant. And obviously he has Stephen Rice there and one or two others in the coaching staff, which is great to see as well. You know.
Yeah, absolutely. Who did I say? Who was it yesterday? Glenn Whelan, is it?
Glenn.
Yeah.
Good old Glenn.
Who's he
Palmerstown's finest.
Who's he with at the moment? Is it Stoke?
Glenn, it was with, let me see.
Who's he with again?
He played for Stoke for a while, but who's he coaching with? He was involved with one of the Irish underage teams for a while.
Yeah, no, he was with an FA Cup team yesterday. Was he working is he working helping out in Birmingham?
He says
I can't remember which one. Oh no, sorry, Wigan it is.
It says he's with Hearts here on Wikipedia.
Yeah, no, I think he was doing something at that Wigan game yesterday with Arsenal.
Yeah, Wigan caretaker. Yeah, he's the Wigan caretaker.
He was walking off in disgust. They were getting bothered. Like,
yeah,
and
he's
it
the
was
Wigan
horrible
caretaker.
as well. It was a horrible. The weather was terrible as well. They were all drenched. It was but it was interesting.
Jesus, he ended up with him, Shaw. Jesus Christ.
There you go. Yeah, I knew it was one of them. Yes, I couldn't remember which one. Then I was thinking, Arsenal were pulverising Wigan. They did nothing in the second half, but first half they were 4-0 up. Like, so it was absolutely insane.
Yeah, he went in as the coach when Sean Maloney was manager, and obviously he's gone in as a caretaker manager now.
There you go.
Mad. Look at his Wikipedia. Glenn Whelan was a big St. Pat's fan, and who does he cite as his favourite St. Pat's player and the player who inspired him to play football?
Go on.
A friend of the show, Paulo Sam.
Yeah.
Ozo,
yeah. Yeah. All in pre-sale.
Legend of a man.
All in pre-sale this week.
And lads, on the 27th of February, tickets for Goffs for the John Virgo Trophy. Ronnie O'Sullivan, Stephen Hendry, Mark Williams, and John Higgins are coming to Goffs on the 11th and 12th of April. It's for they're doing a new trophy called the John Virgo Trophy.
Nice.
Tickets go on sale on the 27th of February for that. I am hoping to get down there on the day. So
yeah, shoot some
that'd
footage
be
as
it.
well, maybe, and do some stuff.
Yeah,
It'd be pretty cool. Like, yeah, absolutely.
I might have to ring Ken's brother, Ken Doherty's brother, Anto, and see about getting backstage.
Come to leave you 2 tickets for Night Owls.
Yeah. Oh yes.
I remember those days. Don't worry,
Yes.
Jason's in Ranelagh. I remember those days. I used to be coached by an old coach of Ken Doherty's when he was starting out. He used to coach me in Stillorgan Snooker Club. A man called Paddy Miley. I'm sure he's probably passed on now at this stage. But Paddy Miley used to do coaching twice a week up in Stillorgan Snooker Club. Yeah, it was very good. He was a very, very good coach as well. Gave me a hard time all the time.
And Ken bought the snooker cue for £5 from Jason's. And he had it for years and years.
Yeah. They don't change them. Yeah.
Isn't it the funny story?
I think Paddy used to coach the lad Murphy when he was a kid.
No way.
You know, what's his name?
Sean Murphy, is it?
Is it Sean, the Irish lad now, Murphy?
Sorry, there was a Sean Murphy, SEAN. He was very, very good. He was actually on. You'll remember talking of teletext and the big break on Saturday nights, and the episode he was on was John Higgins and another lad from Northern Ireland. I can't think of his name, but that's Sean Murphy, not the English Sean Murphy. This was the Irish Sean Murphy.
Yeah, I think it was either him. It was a lad Murphy. Now this going back, this is like late 80s, early 90s.
Yeah,
and I know Paddy Miley used to coach him down in. What was it called then? It wasn't Jason's. What was it called?
Down in Ranelagh.
Yeah, it used to be Jason's, and then they changed the name of it, didn't they? Can't remember what it was called anyway. And Paddy was the coach out of there, Paddy Miley. So shout out. I doubt Paddy is still with us at this stage because
myself and obviously I love snooker. Myself and a few lads used to you remember the 48A bus from Dundrum down to Ranelagh. This is before the Lewis was there and all.
Yeah.
And if it was a nice day, we'd walk back and keep the bus fare for ourselves then as well.
We used to play in the Dublin leagues for Stillorgan Snooker Club. It was great. You're traveling around all. You used to play. They used to be on the Tuesdays and the Wednesdays, and I was always the designated driver because I had the car at the time.
Yeah.
And I remember we went out to play. We went out to play Regal Carduff out in Blanche, is it?
Yeah, Blanche.
Yeah, out in Blanche. And I parked the car outside the club. And I went up to him and I said, "How are you doing?" Introduced myself and all. And he says, "Yeah, we're getting the tables ready for you there now." He says, "Did you drive it?" I said, "I did." He says, "Where's your car parked?" He says, "I said downstairs." He says, "Go back down there quick, will you?" He says, "Bring that car around the back and park it in the cage." I had to park the car in the compound at the back of the pub. Your man on the night I think beat me 3-1. I missed a sitter of a pink that I should have got that night, but I missed anyway. But I think I had a good break on that night. I think I had a 65, I think. And I had a 72, and I lost one of the frames. I lost the frame with the 65, believe it or not. There you go. But they were good players back then, Dublin Leagues.
Yeah,
they were serious
players. Still a few players. Sorry, I was just saying Keith Andrews video there. The lads will tell you. Gone into, did you see it? He's gone into the Macclesfield changing room.
Oh, I see it there. Yeah, he's there talking there now. Yeah, that's a nice touch to do that.
Yeah, fair play to him.
That's the way it should be.
But yes, 72. Because highest break I ever got was 77. That's when I was 18 and I was playing 6-7 nights a week between Ballantyre House, the IGB, and the Leisureplace in Stillorgan actually had snooker tables upstairs.
Upstairs, they were terrible tables.
Yeah, they were
terrible tables. They never looked after them.
No,
and I used to play in Glenalden. Did you play in Glenalden?
I did. Funny enough, when I mentioned Leisureplace, I only ever played there twice. And then, because it always
used to go down and play in Glenalden, right? And it was great if you remember because we got the membership. And it was like they had the back room. The back room was a table on its own in a private room, and then there were 2 other tables. Now, the 2 other tables were in fierce condition as well. But the back table was a very good table on its own. So if you got down there early enough in the day, you get the back table,
Brilliant.
And there was no limit on it, so they couldn't throw you off it around. So, but they used to have a thing upstairs where you put the money in and twist it to turn the lights on. So you used to have to come up to the bar upstairs.
Yeah,
things were down in the dungeon, like near the cellar. So you used to have to come up to the bar and you'd have to put your money in the machine and turn it, like
Yes,
a,
yeah,
like
yeah,
they used
yeah,
to get a gumball out of
yeah.
it, like that, yeah. And they
It's
used to
gas.
serve points of Ribena for like 30 pence and all,
It
and
was brilliant.
half an hour on the table was like 50p or something. It was
Yeah,
nothing. It was
same.
nothing.
The
Great value.
IGB where my dad used to play
Yeah,
football, there was 2 snooker tables as you went on the function or beside the
yeah.
function room, and it was 50p for a half an hour light on the table.
There's a lad not too far away from where you lived was a very good snooker player.
Fergal.
No, Mark Tate.
Mark Tate, yes,
Mark
sorry.
Tate was a very good snooker and pool player. Actually,
Yeah, yeah.
We used to play quite a bit. Myself and Mark together, like,
The
yeah,
Tates were
Mark.
very sporty, weren't they?
Yeah, very smart. But Mark was very good now at very
Yeah.
good. And you know something, he even he modelled himself on Stephen Hendry. So he used to stand like Stephen Hendry and all, and John Higgins and all.
No
He
way.
had the stance. I was a bit not as plump as I am now, but I was quite plump even back then. So I was kind of like Bill Werbenick kind of thing, you know what I mean? I
No
wasn't, so
way.
it was more difficult for me. But Mark, he had a lovely stance and a lovely cue action and stuff like that, and all. He was a very good player. You
What
want to see him
hand were
put
you
spin on
playing
white ball.
snooker, cuz?
What happened? What happened to me?
No, what hand were you?
Oh, I'm left-handed.
Right? But yeah, see, I write with my right hand and all, but I play
Yeah.
pool and snooker with my left hand.
Yeah, no, I play pool and snooker with my left hand, and I'm left-handed, but I play right-handed golf. Because at the time
Okay.
when I started out playing golf, being left-handed was an affliction, so they only had right-handed clubs.
The
So you had no
clubs, yeah,
choice. So
Jesus,
that's why
yeah.
I always hit the ball with a fade. I always hit a ball left to right because my left hand takes over and cuts the
Jesus
club across
Christ.
the ball. Yeah, so there
It's
you go.
mad how you had to adjust, wasn't it? Like back then, because there's
Man,
no
they used to batter us and all because we were left-handed. We were like the devil's spawn or something.
Jesus
Those are
Christ,
the
man.
days.
But
Those
yeah,
are
we'll try to get down with the goss. I'll definitely
3-1.
listen.
3-1 Coventry.
3-1.
Yeah,
It's
3-1.
on the bucket list. I
Mm.
had a few things on the bucket list of
Right,
people to meet,
right with a
and
hat trick.
Ronnie is on that list.
Yeah.
The other one was Elvis's backing band, and I had the pleasure of having breakfast with them a good few years ago, the Jordanaires and the TCB band. So Ronnie is right up there on the list. So I'm hoping I can get a picture and meet him for a few minutes, even.
And obviously, podcasting with me was on that list at one stage as well.
Listen, absolutely. When you rang me up to say you wanted to do that interview, Jesus, that must be 5-6 years ago now, is it?
That's a long, long time ago. Little
Jesus
did we know.
Christ. That's
Little did
mad,
we
isn't
know.
it?
Yeah.
Jesus.
Anyway, League of Ireland for what we could talk about at the
Yeah,
moment.
Jesus. Another late show by Derry.
Mm.
Dundalk played very well. I thought Derry again got the penalty in stoppage time. They scored a cracking goal last week in stoppage time as well. To save them on the opening day of the season. And yeah, if you looked before the game, if you had a looked at that result, you think, right, it was a well-earned point by Dundalk, but Dundalk would be very, very disappointed they didn't come away with the win,
Absolutely. Pats and Galway obviously postponed. Draw the 2-0 against Waterford, flying high, maximum points so far.
Yeah, doing very, very well. They've a really strong squad there. They made they brought a bit of experience in as well. With Waterford, though, I seen them in the last half an hour against Shells the previous week. They played very well. They just never showed up against Drogheda. I was talking to one of the lads that was there, and he said it was like the Waterford players were thinking all day the match was going to be postponed, and then it was on, and they'd nothing. Like they'd no. It's like they hadn't planned to play. He
Barely a
said they were
kit.
woeful. Yeah. He
Kit
just
man was
said
gone home.
yeah, he said they were woeful.
Yeah.
Drogheda as well are going to be very dangerous from set pieces by the looks of it this season as well, from seeing them in the
Like
opening
last
few
season
games.
as well. I think Waterford were much better at home than they were on the road.
Away, sometimes they don't travel well. It's kind of like Sligo. Sligo are really good at home, but when they travel away, it's very hit and
I
miss.
was pumped up for Shells and Rovers. I was going to do a watch along for it. And then the next thing,
yeah,
and I didn't realize, funny enough, I never looked back at it because I decided then that I wasn't doing it. So I didn't even look. I just assumed it was on. And I went to turn it on, and they had Drogheda and Waterford was on. And I was going, what's the story here? Like, this is the actual
thing. On Thursday evening, I seen a few pictures of the pitch down at Talca. Then on Friday morning, I seen a few more on Friday morning. I thought to myself, Jesus, they might get it going here, And then obviously there was an announcement the pitch inspection was at midday on Friday, and about 12:20, then the news filtered out that the match was postponed. So disappointed.
That whole area right all the way out nearly to Houghton Malahide is always
Yeah. But
Heavy.
did you see some over the north side? Did you see some of the apartment blocks with the
Yeah.
floods in them and the cars and stuff?
The lads
Oh
pumping the water out
Jesus!
and all. It was
But
insane.
it's amazing. Like obviously, Talca was postponed. Tala
Yeah.
the week before, which is the best stadium in the country by a mile,
Mm.
and then you have the UCD bowl and stuff that go ahead and all. It's
Yeah.
crazy. Like.
And Sligo Bows 4-0.
Yeah, very, very
Mm.
good win for them. Obviously Davy Cow and the boys were travelling early on Saturday morning up there. And I think we spoke about why Sligo play all their home games on a Saturday last season or the season before, weren't we here on the programme? So it's a Saturday night journey back to Dublin then, and yeah, with 3 points and 4 goals and a clean sheet, they would have snapped their fingers off for that beforehand,
Yeah, absolutely. Where are we then? Let's talk then about the Division 1.
Let's have a look now.
Very hard to talk about the Premier Division at the moment because there's so many things haven't been played.
And Athlone have won their first game in the last 21 games. They haven't won a game since May. And I want to give a shout out to someone cuz. Remember Brendan Clark, who was obviously the Galway keeper, has gone signed for Athlone, so experienced goalkeeper. But do you know who Athlone Town's new goalkeeping coach is?
No.
Is certain Robert Gray. Remember Rob, my mate Rob?
Oh, Rob, yeah, Rob Gray, really?
Yeah,
Very
he's
good.
the Athlone Town goalkeeping coach now, yeah.
Jeez, we'll have to get him on the podcast.
Yeah, I'll get him on, yeah.
Rob on. Make contact with Rob and we get
He
him on.
was last season. He's actually been involved with the Ireland under-17s at international level. Last year,
Paul's still involved there. Is Paul under 17 still?
Paul's under 16s. Ozo's under 16s, yeah. Oh no, sorry, it was with Ozo. Yeah, Rob was with Ozo. Sorry, Colin O'Brien's the 17s, yeah. So he was with Paul. He's with Paul as the goalkeeping coach. And last season he was the Shamrock Rovers women's coach up until up until near the end of the season. So yeah, he's after getting the job with Athlone Town. So
brilliant.
Obviously I've always kept an eye on Athlone because of Aaron Conley, who's I know is that Richie really well, and so I've always kept an eye out. Yvonne's cousin Alex is playing. His cousin's son is playing with the under-17s at Lone Town. So I've always kept an eye out for them. But yeah, I'm really hoping they have a good season this season. Obviously, we mate Rob's down there and stuff in the. So yeah, no, they got a fantastic result, and I think there was near 1,400 at the match on Friday night, which is great considering the way the weather was and stuff like that. So
I was saying last week with the match in the Aviva, it outdrew 2 Premier League sides.
Yeah, it's mad, isn't
and
it?
And I was saying on the show that you didn't make, I was saying, and if they had drew another 5,000 bums and seats, they would have outdrawn 4 Premier League matches.
Jesus Christ,
isn't that insane? Now, doesn't that just go show you? I was actually talking to the lad in Duns. He's a big Bows fan, stuff like that. Now he was disappointed. Obviously, there was no goals. It kind of went out 0-0 and stuff. But I said to him, doesn't that just go to show you the power of the League of Ireland if it gets its act together and keeps on building on what it's doing at the moment? Because the audience is there.
Yeah.
And then 100%. he was saying that that Bows haven't tied that down yet in terms of, because Dalymount being done. And I said, well, maybe the Aviva is the maybe they're trying it out and seeing what the story is, because I said that's serious revenue for them as well. And if you think about it, like those Dublin derbies that you have in there and stuff like that and all, they'll draw big numbers.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it'll be fantastic. And
I've gone 2-1 up against Barcelona. Real Madrid will be happy with that, staying top of La Liga tonight if that remains the same.
No, it's great to see, and even if you're a neutral, we've said it before. Dads bringing their kids to the National Stadium, the Aviva Stadium, where let's face it, a lot of families get outpriced when it comes to even friendlies when Ireland are playing. So it's great to bring to see a live game of football in the National Stadium, and all the money goes to back in the league, and there's more of a media outlet at it and stuff like that. So
better facilities for everyone and
yeah,
everything and all. You know what
and
I mean?
I know for the fact you get a lot of the English YouTubers, the football YouTubers that come over for games like that, and it just gives a little bit more exposure to the league,
Yeah, because Dave, on the podcast, on the wrestling podcast, Dave, don't you?
Yeah. He
Dave's
does the commentary.
he does the
Yeah.
commentary for Shells and all. Yeah, and when he's up in Tallaght Stadium, he does VAR and commentary.
No way.
Yeah, he does both. Yeah, he's the VAR and the commentary announcer. Yeah. So he was over. He's over this week because he was supposed to be doing back-to-back Shells games, and obviously the one at the weekend got called off. So there must be one that he's involved in or something like that. Yeah, but he does all that. So yeah, so very good. So nice little mix there. All right. Wexford picking up a big 3 points against Cove Ramblers, winning 3-0 as well on the road.
Yeah, 3-0, like you say, great start for them. Yeah, they're I don't think they've really gotten anyone in, have they?
No,
player wise and stuff like that. So yeah, good win for them, and good win for Athlone. UCD as well. Cork
with a big win. Treaty obviously hadn't had a pretty good season last season. They were pushing at one stage, pushing Dundalk and Bray hard and stuff like that. Yeah,
I think it was a difficult match for them. Obviously, they made a few changes, and they're coming up against a team that have just dropped down from the Premier Division. So it was always going to be a difficult start. But I can see them being there or thereabouts again this season.
Bray will obviously be disappointed 1-1 with Longford at the Carlisle grounds. That's it.
Very disappointing. Particularly the last 2 seasons, Longford have been a team where you look at and say, right, we're going to pick up 3 points against them. They've been. I know Athlone finished bottom last season, but the last previous 2 seasons they finished bottom. Longford by a mile. And I've said before, they can't get relegated. Until this new 3rd division is announced or whatever, they won't be relegated. So be very disappointed if you were Bray, considering how close they got last season. But listen, they've good players down there. They've a lovely pitch. But yeah, it wasn't to be on the night.
Yeah, absolutely. So we keep an eye on us. At the moment, you have Wexford top and Athlone is second. UCD is third. So very interesting reading from the. I know it's only week 1, but
yeah.
Like it's like they turned the table upside down or something.
Who did I see? Athlone were playing there on Friday.
This Friday.
I'll
have a look. This Friday they are playing Kerry.
Away, isn't it? Yeah, I was looking at that.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's
this Friday, a certain podcaster's birthday.
Yay!
There you go.
52.
Yeah, that's it. Huh?
52.
I wish.
53.
I wish.
You're not 54, are you?
54 this Friday. Yeah, 54.
No way.
Yeah. 54 this Friday.
You don't look a day over 53, cuz.
Yeah, 53 and 360. The usual.
Are you doing? I hope you're doing a live pod of the blowing out of the candles, are you?
I don't know. I'll have to see what's planned. I want to see what downstairs is planned for me.
It
hasn't even been mentioned yet now. Just saying.
Oh, yeah. You'll have to have a word with them. Oh, that'd be good. 3D and Bray on Friday as well. Down there.
Yeah, down there. Yeah. Interesting. We'll go through it though, that's for sure. Right, let's get into the Champions League.
What is this Champions League you speak about?
That is the Tuesday and the Wednesday night football that you're not aware of.
Listen, Tuesday night it's all about wrestling podcasts and stuff, True. Pro Wrestling Weekly.
Very true.
So we're at the knockout phase of this competition now, is it?
Is this first legs? Galatasaray versus Juve.
This is are these 2 legs or is it just a straight knockout?
Yeah, over 2 legs. Yeah, over 2 legs.
Yeah, Jesus. So it's that long
from you. The fall from Juve is insane, isn't it?
Yeah.
Really haven't even what like I saying Inter picked up a big win the other night. They bet Juve in injury time.
I think it was injury time. Yeah, was there a bit of controversy in that game from what I read?
There always is. I'm looking at this, right? So here's the games from the other day. Como versus Fiorentina. Fiorentina won 2-1. Red cards in both games. Lazio versus Atalanta 2-0. And Inter 3-2 against Juve with a red card.
Seeing that,
yeah.
yeah.
Zelensky
Inter
scored
got
close or whatever. Yeah,
yeah, just seeing that there. I knew there was
yeah,
something. Knew there was loads of because I looked at
yeah.
live score and there was loads of red cards. Yeah,
Locatelli had equalised in the 83rd minute, and then Zelensky up at the. I think it was 90 plus. It wasn't just 90. I think because it was really, really late in the game. What was it? Kalulu got sent off yellow, and he picked
yeah.
up a yellow on 32, and then a second yellow on 42. So that made it very difficult then for Juve, especially at San Siro.
Jeez, you look at Inter obviously top with 61 points.
Yeah,
Well, AC are second.
yeah,
They have a game in hand. AC have only lost one game all season.
mm, yeah,
Jesus
yeah,
Christ.
yeah. It's mad, isn't it?
But yeah, Jesus, some fall from grace indeed. But
Yeah.
you'd expect Juve to win
Would
over the
you
two legs.
against
It,
Galatasaray?
I think with the second leg at home, you know what Italian teams are like.
Yeah,
You know, they'll probably take a draw over there, bring it back home, get an early goal, and just start doing all their antics. You know what I mean?
possibly.
Falling to the ground, time waste, and all that. So, we can see them nicking it by one goal over the two legs. To be fair,
Dortmund, Atalanta.
it should be a decent game.
Yeah, should be
Should be a
goals in this,
decent
shouldn't it?
game. There should be two very attacking teams. Um, I'm gonna stick with the Italian prediction. I think Atalanta will just edge this.
Benfica, Real.
Well, if we have anything like we did in the last match of
Mm,
the league phase where Benfica's keeper went up and scored, Jesus
yeah,
Christ!
yeah.
And was it that goal knocked
Mourinho, isn't it?
Marseille?
Mourinho.
Mourinho,
Yeah,
yeah. I think that goal knocked Marseille out. In so if you're a Marseille
that's right.
fan,
That's right.
please look away now. Yeah, so
It was only on
yeah,
goal difference as well, wasn't it? By
on
one
goal
goal.
difference, yeah,
Yeah,
because of that one goal,
yeah,
yeah. Because
yeah.
at the time, I was
Mm,
like they were drawn with were they drawn or they were losing, and I was like, why is he going up for the corner, like
yeah, yeah,
or free
yeah,
kick, like he's.
yeah.
But yeah, it was
And
but
Mourinho ushering up. See the celebration from Mourinho
yeah,
as well.
yeah.
Mourinho's
So, but I
crazy.
think over the two legs, I think Madrid are just going to be too strong for Benfica. To be fair, um, I think it's different in that league phase. Madrid already knew they qualified and stuff like that, so it was a little bit different. So I think Madrid will be too strong for them over the two,
Mm,
and then obviously an all French tie then.
yeah, interesting.
Uh,
Interesting.
yeah, Paul Pogba, yeah, 30 minutes
Yeah,
and how many games?
PSG, that wasn't it? PSG.
Yeah, oh,
Yeah.
100%, hundred
Quarterback
percent.
Newcastle. We spoke about that 5,000 mile round trip.
Yeah, yeah.
Rough out going. Rough out
Yeah,
going.
quarterback. Listen, they could cause an upset in terms of that
Mm,
game. Maybe get a win or a draw, but I think over the two legs, Newcastle will win.
mm.
I think
Oh,
knowing going back to St James's Park, knowing they need to get something,
yeah.
they'll win. They get over the line.
Yeah, absolutely. Eddie under a lot of pressure as well. I mean, he did well the other day in that Villa game, in
Yeah,
fairness, because like even with Villa down to 10 men, they were really struggling. And then once they let that one in, then
that
Villa
was
just
it.
died. They just collapsed.
Tonali played well, didn't he?
He did, yes. Yeah. Linked heavily with a move away as well. Linked with you boys, is he?
Linked with us as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Seen
That,
that,
I didn't
yeah,
mention
linked
him
with you
because of
boys.
that, but yeah, he was
Yeah.
linked with us, all right.
Yeah. Want to do the job early there. You know what Newcastle are like to deal with, just saying.
Oh, big time, big
You
time.
know,
Yeah.
might have to
Hashtag
take him
Isaac.
hostage for a while, you know. You might
Yeah.
take him hostage for a while
He'll
before
go
you
on
get it.
garden and leave for a few months.
Bodo Klimp, Inter.
Yeah, I think it's Inter.
Yeah.
Has to be Inter,
Yeah,
yeah.
although Bodo have done well in fairness, and they do like a bit of a joint killing, but I don't think they're
They
going to change.
have, and obviously against City there a few weeks ago, they've done very well. Just after we bet
Mm.
City on the weekend, they bet them during the week, and yeah, but I think Inter be too strong for them.
Yeah, Club Bruges at Letty. Darren was
Uh,
talking up about Club Bruges the other day. He says they're pretty good. It's not a team you'd want to get.
they are a tricky team, all right. We've played them
Yeah,
over the years as well, and it's
yeah,
never been a straightforward situation to be in. But I think I can't see them getting through to the next
yeah.
round.
It'd
To
be
be
a tough
fair,
one, yeah. Especially with it's the away legs that's going to hurt them.
yeah,
All the stronger teams here on the right hand side all have the away legs at home. Then
exactly.
the second leg. Yeah, Olympiacos Leverkusen.
Yeah, I don't know. It'd be a tough one, but I
That's a
can
difficult
just
one to call, isn't it?
yeah, maybe Bayer Leverkusen just about.
Yeah,
But you can never rule Olympiacos out of games like this. Like
yeah,
we've seen them even the days of when Rivaldo was playing for them back in the day and stuff like that, they got really good results. But yeah, you can just never rule them out in these European competitions.
Absolutely. Be interesting to see, though. Very interesting to see.
Oh yeah, 100%.
Right, Nels, you want to touch on that, Nels? I wanted you to talk to me. I wanted John last week about these VAR decisions. What did you make of the Dom decision and all? And the Man City
Yeah,
game.
you know what? Yeah, do you know um we had Yvonne's family over. Don't laugh. We had Yvonne's family over last Sunday to do the Chris Kindle for the kids. So there's so many of the kids that they do Chris Kindle, and it was just so Yvonne's brothers and all were over, and Dan and Steve. Steve's a massive Liverpool fan, so we're all sitting here. The women were in the kitchen chatting and stuff like that. The usual. We were sitting here watching the football. It was a strange decision. Initially, when City broke, and I think it was a She took the shot, I think it was, and I thought it was just dribbling. I didn't think it was going to get in. And then Dom obviously pulled Haaland back. Then there was a little trip from Haaland and him, and the ball goes over the line. Like in football, in grassroots football, I've talked about it here. You use common sense. There's a thing called in the spirit of the game. What I thought the ref, but obviously it's at a higher level there. If at grassroots level or in the spirit of the game, if that happens, you just say, right, you award the goal that was initially given, and you just have a little word with the two lads. Because in fairness, City would have preferred to win 3-1 rather than 2-1 when it comes to goal difference at the end. And you would have rather to have Dom on the pitch for the last few seconds or minutes.
And it wouldn't
what
affect
I mean?
City in
And
any
not
way
have
because City have played us twice, so it didn't matter.
exactly. So it's little things like that, but because it's at the top, he's seen the pull from Dom, which he is interpreting it dogs out, denying obviously goal scoring opportunity for Haaland because he thinks Haaland's going to tap the ball in. So that's what he's given it for. Now, because he's given that, the foul on Haaland doesn't count because he's given the free kick and he's given a dog's out against him, so it doesn't count for the Haaland situation. So I think he overcomplicated the situation. Like I said, in simple terms of if he had just given the goal and having a word with the two lads.
Normally, correct me if I'm right or wrong here. Normally, in that situation, like obviously the ref awarded the goal, and then once they went to VAR have to go by the laws of the game. If you want
yeah.
But I mean, once the goal was ruled out for the build-up with Cherky, and it was brought back to Cherky, should everything else after that not count?
Well, the build-up
because this is the way they don't flag for an offside now until the passage of play is completed.
Yeah, exactly, yeah.
So like, if you run along and you're offside and he hasn't flagged and you bang the goal in and you score a goal, the goal doesn't count if they flag you then for offside.
But Cherky was in his own half when he hit the ball, wasn't it? And then it's when Haaland made the run.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is they disallowed the goal then in VAR and they brought the play back to Cherky for a foul in the build-up.
Goal,
that's why the goal didn't count. So they've brought the play all the way back to where the foul was committed with Cherky. So why does everything else after that?
I thought they pulled it back for Dom's challenge, pull on Dom's pull on Haaland. So that's why they gave the free kick just outside the box.
I wasn't too sure that was the case. Now I thought they had brought it back.
That's what we had the conversation here, and that's what I had said it to him. I initially thought, you know, when Haaland's making the run to just get the little tap in, Dom pulls his shirt back, and then he lets it go because he's getting ahead of him, and then
he lets it go, and then Haaland retaliates.
Yeah, Haaland kicks him then.
Yeah,
but the referee gave the Dom's initial foul outside the box, because he's denying Haaland getting the tap in. So he's giving a dog's out for that rather than letting the goal go in from the initial hit from inside City's own half. And like I said, any common sense would have said, right, we award the goal, City 3-1, Liverpool keep 11 men.
But if I go to tackle you and then you kick me, like, how come Haaland? How come there was nothing for Haaland?
So because he's given the foul as a dog's out, so anything after that foul doesn't count because he's given the free kick. So anything after he gives that free kick doesn't count. So he's given the free kick and he's given the dog, so he's given the red card. So Haaland, there was nothing to do with Haaland, because I initially said to the lads when the ball went in, I said Haaland's in trouble here, because he a few minutes earlier he's only taken off his jersey and he got booked for when he scored the penalty. I said he's after clipping Dom, he's going to get a second yellow and go, and I said Dom's going to get a straight red for the pull. That's the way and then I said, sure, he'll probably just let it go at 3-1 and let the lads away with it. But yeah, like I said, because of Dom's initial drag, that's where the play stops. So anything after that doesn't count.
It's weird. It's a weird. It was such a weird one.
Like I said, I literally would have let the goal stand and just have a word with the lads. There were seconds left. It's just, like I said to you, when you're refereeing, particularly at grassroots level, I know it's different. It's on the Premier League.
I was doing a watch along for it. And what happened was I was here watching it and I lost the rag so much. I think I hit a cable or I hit the router or I hit something and the fucking match went.
Oh, no
here it was. So I didn't know whether he had first of all called it back for the penalty up the other end for the foul for us.
Yeah.
I didn't know what had happened with Cherky. I didn't. I was looking at Dom and all I seen was Dom and Haaland running into the 6-yard box after the ball. And I seen Dom tug him. He kicked Dom and the ball just rolled into the net.
Yeah.
And I was thinking that be given a goal. And then I couldn't get the match back on, couldn't boot the router quick enough. So here I was trying to find the noise scores and all. I was all over the camp.
It was the maddest end to a game I've seen in a long time. But yeah, like I said, he's just given that because of the dog zone.
I think the issue as well is once you go to VAR, they have to instigate the rules as opposed to give any kind of leeway on the pitch.
100%, because as is with grassroots level, they have referee assessors in the crowd, so they fill out every single thing. They question you after a match, right? So in the 93rd minute, why did you make this? Well, VAR, and so VAR, and then we'll have to. Okay,
hey,
so
I'm getting 40 quid. Mind your own fucking business. That's
yeah, exactly. So, but so listen, it was a crazy situation. So you know what? I didn't even get to watch it, but so I say Dermot Gallagher had a field day on Sky Sports News on Monday morning.
I can't listen to them anymore. I just can't listen to them. You know.
Do you know what?
What a joy it is to watch FA Cup with no VAR.
Yeah.
And then the goal from Rio the other night, the Liverpool goal from Rio, which was perfectly onside. And it gets this loud. And what a cracking finish.
Yeah.
And you know, he went out the next day playing for the 21s and scored the exact same goal.
He's serious.
Cracker.
I still think of that goal he scored against Newcastle in St. James's Park.
He did it the other day for the 21s, cut in the exact same way as well and buried it into the far corner, yeah. So
what age is he, Cuz?
I think he's really young. Is he 19 or something, or 18 or something? Yeah, he's young, you know.
He's a good player. Good player.
Yeah, absolutely. He's going to be a star. That's for sure. Anyway, that's it. Don't think of anything else for you unless you have anything else to add.
No, that's it. We talked about the game, and obviously I got the snooker in there as well, and I'm looking forward to Pro Wrestling Weekly tomorrow.
John Virgo was sad, wasn't it? The passing on such a personality.
I was a big fan of John.
And in a sport that sometimes, well, not talking about the 80s and 90s and all, but really lacks personality. He was a guy that stood out and stuff like that.
Yeah. Well, you look at it now, there's a lot of, no disrespect, there's a lot of the Asian players, the Chinese players and all, and they've no personality at all, you know. Obviously Ronnie's still there. You've got a bit of Mark Allen has a bit about him. It's great. Mark Williams and John Higgins are still there. Trump.
I always remember Dennis and all, and Alex Higgins, and I remember Steve Davis was in there, and he was so straight faced.
He was like a robot, wasn't he?
Steve Davis, funny enough, when he retired, became a much more personality.
He became a DJ as well, didn't he? He's DJing at festivals and all.
Yeah, but he became a great personality after his kind of snooker days. When snooker days, he was just playing.
Yeah, because he obviously Barry Hearn was his manager, and you know Barry was flamboyant and still is and all, and you had Steve who was just like I said, robot. He just got onto the table and that was it. But John, it was sad because like you, I used to have a routine of watching Big Break on a Saturday night. 17. Jesus. I used to watch Big Break on a Saturday night and then Noel's house party was on after it. So John, for me, was every Saturday night growing up. Then obviously watching the World Championships as a teenager to now, he was the voice of the World Championships. You know,
it's great
where's the cue
commentator.
ball going? And yeah, just so sad, and the way it happened with the.
Yeah.
He obviously living in Spain and didn't feel well, and they got him to the hospital, and yeah, it was an aneurysm, and yeah,
Yeah.
Jesus, he's
Terrible.
just gone, like, and
And
he's
I loved his commentary as well, because he wasn't too technical. So
yeah,
he spoke about snooker in layman's terms for people
yeah,
who view it and stuff like that.
yeah,
He wasn't too technical about it. So he brought a light-hearted way of talking
yeah,
about it as well, you know.
and like, lads, if like the likes of Rowan and stuff, you should go onto YouTube and type in
Mm,
Big Break, because he used to make make up trick shots, and like
yeah.
there's lads on the circuit still using these trick shots and stuff, and it
Yeah.
was a great show. Steve Ken Doherty has always said Ken always looked up to JV, and he was
Yeah.
always there for advice. They were really good friends, and
They did a
he
lot
was
of
obviously,
exhibitions together and all, didn't they?
yeah,
Yeah.
especially over here himself, JV and Jimmy White used to
Mm,
do loads of exhibitions over here. And actually, John was a big Manchester United fan, believe it or not, as
mm,
well. And him and Ken used to go to all the games, and they'd be sitting with Sir Alex and having dinner with them and stuff like that, you know. And Dennis Taylor's the same; he's always there. But yeah, so sad, so sad. So I'm hoping to get the Goss now in April to
mm.
celebrate his life, and obviously be with the class of '92
And
with Williams.
what's the makeup of that? Is it just a 1 day kind of?
It's over the 2 days, so I'm hoping to go on the Saturday. So on the Saturday in the morning time, there's a double match involving Fergal O'Brien and a few other lads. Then we have the afternoon session, which is Higgins against Mark Williams. And then in the evening session at 7 o'clock till 11 o'clock is Ronnie O'Sullivan against Stephen Hendry,
Lovely.
which it's going to
Yeah.
be fantastic. And then on the Sunday, you have the semi-finals you have the playoff, and then you have the final. So the evening session, 7 to 11 on the Sunday, is going to be the final of the
Nice.
winners of those two games and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I'm looking forward to it.
That's
If I
really good.
get tickets, and if you look at interviews of former players, they always say how iconic the Goffs venue is and how much they love it. Ronnie O'Sullivan says, other than the Crucible, Goffs is his favorite snooker place in the whole world. Like, you know,
It's a proper old school auditorium.
it is
That's what they
indeed.
do.
Yeah, so I'll be looking forward to that, and like I said, hopefully you can get tickets for that and get down and meet the lads and stuff like that. You know,
Big up, Romy. Good to see you.
Romy's in the house.
Did you get your result for Barcelona tonight? Did it work out for you? I didn't see at the end there.
That's why he's probably in the chat now.
Possibly. Where are we? Monday. Yeah, full time 2-1. Girona had a player sent off.
Jesus.
Right, 90 plus 10. Joel Rocca got sent off. Great result. That's a great result for Romy. Real Madrid stay top. He'd be delighted with that. Big up. Yeah, so that's it. Another one in the bag. I will catch you tomorrow night, 8 o'clock, Pro Wrestling Weekly with the panel. We'll all be on talking about Raw, WrestleMania, Elimination Chamber, all that kind of good stuff. Dave will probably have a summary for us as well for AEW Grand Slam down in Australia. We'll talk about that. Thursday, I will be back with Darren for Thursday Tier Talk. Friday, I'm not sure if I'm doing that because it's my birthday. We'll see what happens. Yeah. Go on, you beauties. Romy's in there. Yeah, Girona, go on, you beauties. There you go. 100%. Right, folks, until next time, we'll talk to you real soon. Stay safe. Be careful out in the weather and everything else. Seems to be turning at the moment. There is a bit of a stretch in the evenings, as they would say.
Fingers crossed it changes completely, yeah.
Until next time, folks, subscribe to the channel, hit the bell notification button, and drop a like on the video. We'll talk to you again real soon. Cheers, cuz.